So good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Where is everybody tuning in from today? Welcome back. Who's excited for the hidden energetic blocks to more sales and uncovering what is going on here? And I would love to know, what has been your experience so far? Let's hear what has been your experience so far. Pop it in the chat for me. A huge welcome, everybody. Excited for today. Awesome. Welcome, Randy. Welcome, Julie. Feeling excited. Awesome. What's been your experience so far? Pop it in the chat. Welcome, Carol. Welcome, Susan. So lovely to see you here. Welcome, Yelena. Welcome, everybody. Tuning in from Florida. Alrighty. So yesterday I shared with you the 6 energetic blocks that slow down your next level of success. And you started to understand how these have been showing up in business so that you know what you can do to start to financially relax as you're going to that next level of success and the next 6 figures with more ease. This is the most important strategy to focus on for your business, to be able, this is mastering wealth energetics. I really want you to walk away with knowing, okay, this is a key strategy for myself and my business. And we're going to be diving in deep into the hidden energetic blocks to creating more sales, so you can have more sales with ease. It is time to improve how you're allowing sales in and to heal the entrepreneurial hamster wheel of working harder. That, you know, that roller coaster effect, that roller coaster income that can happen in the exhaustion game. Celebrating had some shifts after yesterday, feeling calm and a new way today. Financials relaxed, maybe. Yes, that's awesome. I really want you to be able to walk away knowing that you can delight yourself with the results beyond what you thought was possible. And just to say thank you so much for joining me live and for joining me on the replay. And thank you for all your contributions to each other. And thank you for sharing and inspiring others to come and join us. And if it feels aligned, please do continue to share. I know you're inspiring others to come and join us. And every time you do, your name goes into our prize draw. We're going to be drawing the prizes next Wednesday. And there's loads that you can win, including a business forecasting in the Akashic Records with me and many of our Akashic Record activations. There's plenty of opportunities to increase your chances to win. So lots of fun. So I'm so excited to be doing this with you. So let's just take a moment to become fully present so you can be focused on our time together, to gift yourself a couple of letting go breaths, calling all of your energy back to the here and now. And I just invite you to consider, what's your intention for being on this masterclass? Just to connect with that, connect with the intention for the revenue that you're creating in your business. This isn't just about having a breakthrough. This is about real, lasting transformation. Transforming yourself, transforming your business so that you can become the leader that you have the potential to become, to make the impact that you have the potential to make. What's the revenue and the impact that you're committed to creating in your business in 2024? And as you're feeling into this, on a scale of 1 to 10, how expansive and aligned to your intentions are you feeling right now? Just take a moment to become aware. Let us know in the comments. Pop it in the chat. And if you haven't already shared with me, what's your intention? We'd love to know. So in the chat, what's your revenue and impact you're committed to creating in your business over the next 90 days? What's the revenue and the impact that you're committed to creating in your business in 2024? How many people are you going to help, whether you're selling products, services? And it's my intention that you understand what the blocks are that are slowing down your sales, and so that you don't only have the breakthrough, but you have that transformation. And to have that transformation, we do need to do the deep inner healing work, the deep subconscious work, working with all layers of our consciousness, our higher self, our conscious mind, our subconscious, expanding our nervous system, working with our self-concept so that we're upgrading our identity. And this expands and changes your default set points, that creates that coherence in your energy field. So you have transformation. And for the coaches here, this is what you want and what your clients want when they're working with you. So expanding our wealth consciousness is just so key to be able to allow our business to make the impact that the business wants to make more sales. And more sales, of course, means more money. And so it's tied up with how we create it, whether we allow ourselves to have lots of sales with ease, or whether we can allow ourselves to have lots of sales, but only if we work really, 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 really hard. Then we deserve it. So then we'll allow it in. Our wealth consciousness directly impacts all aspects of our business, cash flow, allowing in that surplus of money, holding the money, making and creating more money, which is sales in business. And so as business owners, you know that mastering wealth energetics is key to our success. So yesterday I gave you our Limitless workbook, which outlined the 6 blocks and our Helix methodology for uncovering the hidden blocks and manifesting. And the team Moses will drop the guide in the comments for you. Again, it's got the overview of the 6 energetic blocks and the framework for you. We'll be diving into doing some specific aspects around sales today, which are all on my slides. So you'll be able to screenshot my slides for your notes, and I'll speak to the slides as well. So if you're using a screen reader, then this will be accessible. And any questions, of course, you can email clientcare@louisahavers.com. All right, so let's dive into this. I want you to really share with me in the chat. And of course, if you're watching the replay, we'd love to hear your reflections in the Facebook group. So we'd love to know, how are your sales going for you right now? Do you have consistent sales? Are you in a sales soar right now? Do you love sales? Do you feel really good at sales? You know how to serve with sales so that people can make an aligned decision either way. Are there any energy reversals around sales? Who found an energy reversal yesterday with the muscle testing? What identity do you have around sales at the current level of business? So if you're feeling that you don't feel good at sales, where in your identity are you feeling like part of your identity is I'm not good at sales? And here's a question for you. How does your personal shopping style impact how you, when I say do sales, offer sales, share invitations with people to see if they would like to buy? And have you, as you're reflecting on this, have you noticed peaks and troughs, patterns in your business? We're going to start to uncover this. I'm going to guide you through how the 6 blocks that I shared with you yesterday, how they relate to sales. It's a huge topic, as you'll see, and why I have in the Wealth Portal, where I'm guiding our clients through. We work together for at least 4 months live, and many continue to work with me either through the ongoing membership in the Wealth Portal or privately with me, or they choose to become certified in our certification program so they can continue their learning and evolution. And when they're certified in our programs, they're then able to take all of this and share and offer this as a service to their clients. So you're going to today have a taster experience of this. And of course, we dive in much deeper in my program with Wealth Portal. So let's dive into the first one, the first block I talked to you yesterday about, which is the resonance rift. So this is where we have an inner conflict between our levels of consciousness, our higher self, our soul, our true self who's desiring certain experiences. And where there is a resonant rift, this is where our higher self is out of resonance with our conscious mind and our subconscious mind. So how this shows up in sales is, this is where, so just see and let me know in the comments if this resonates, where you perhaps chosen an offer, a way to help people from your ego level of consciousness because you think it will sell well, rather than actually an offer from your heart, from your higher self. And when all levels of consciousness are aligned and the deep inner healing work of the nervous system and the energetic buffering, and your future identity is embodied. This is where you truly can embrace selling. You're unattached to people's decisions, whether they say yes to themselves or they say no to themselves, or the timing hasn't lined up. And when you have expanded your spiritual cord of connection and elevated your frequency, you have your higher self on board for manifesting. This is where your results just expand exponentially. So let us know in the comments what resonates. Let's see what's resonating. Then we have the somatic default set points. So whenever we decide that we're going to increase our revenue or grow our businesses, our set points in line with our identity, they get triggered. And within this, our worthiness, deservingness, the amount of money, time, support, love, set points, they get triggered. And this is directly tied to sales. As sales, of course, is typically how money is coming into the business. And as businesses grow and we expand our assets within the business, money may also then come in through investments, sponsorships, purchasing other businesses. And so, of course, buying the right asset to make more money, that is key. And so we can start to uncover what this might look like, where these set points are being triggered as we consider the current identity that we're holding. You know that we create our identity, we create our reality through our identity. So our identity becomes the block when we're trying to create a new reality from the current identity. And so within this, our identity that creates the paradigms and the self-concepts that create the beliefs, this is the deep work that we need to do to change our reality. And we have a number of different self-concepts that are all tied in with sales. And one of the big ones that can show up at every stage of the game, whether you're transitioning from corporate to being an entrepreneur, whether you're growing to your first 6 figures, to multi-6 figures, to 7 figures, the one that comes up at every stage is to do with visibility and that sense of imposter syndrome. Welcome everyone who's just joined us. It's good to have you here. And there's so many facets to this. So as I share these, pop in the chat so I can see what is resonating for you, so we can see where everybody's at. And you can see how your identity is creating your current experiences. So how the imposter bubbles up for people where you are, I'm going to call this emerging businesses. So you're getting started, you're working towards that first 5K months. That's where I'm seeing you as emerging. So this where maybe you are avoiding asking for the sales, so you're not annoying people, and then you end up giving free advice all the time. Perhaps you're avoiding sharing client testimonials, or you're spending thousands on different trainings because you don't feel that you know enough. Now, this is really key because the energy behind that is I'm not enough, rather than from the expanded place of I love personal development, I love sharpening my saw, as it were, I love enhancing my skill set so that I can really contribute to my clients and that they know that they're getting, the most up-to-date strategies, and that they know that I'm investing in myself so that I can contribute to them in a greater way. That energy behind that investment in training is so different. Does that make sense? So if we are investing from a place and we don't feel like we know enough, that creates that learning without earning cycle. Does that make sense? Who here knows they're not charging enough, or you're giving too much of your time, or blocking out earning money entirely? I've seen this where people are transitioning from corporate to online businesses. They haven't updated their identity, and then they may have earned really good money in corporate, and they're like, what is going on? I just can't seem to bring the money in my business. It's because they haven't updated their identity. And if you're out of alignment with your pricing, it's going to block sales because of this imposter syndrome that's bubbling up underneath the surface. Perhaps you don't want to see people to see you as you because you feel as an imposter. So you don't want to expand your visibility. So you're like hiding because you're feeling like an imposter. That's already there. So this visibility block can bubble up in so many different ways. So avoid being seen, avoid wanting to sell, avoid wanting to be visible, because there is an element of a fear of being rejected, are rejected because of who you ultimately are. The main driver behind this is around avoiding rejection. See if you resonate with this. So any thoughts that might have popped through your head around, what if people laugh at me? What if people gossip about me? What if I say something wrong? What if I embarrass myself? An element of my opinions don't matter. An element of it's not safe to stand out. It's not safe to be seen as having it all. I don't fit in. I don't belong. I don't want people to think I'm pushy. Anyone worried about following up and thinking, oh, they might think I'm being pushy? It's not safe because there is a risk of being harmed or being judged. Struggling to see that actually you have a huge contribution to make to other people. You change their lives. Or keeping groups small because you feel safe only in smaller groups. Okay, so this is resonating. So for those of you that with more established businesses, this blocks your next level of success because there may be some fears bubbling up around selling. This could show up as sales calls that go on forever and then the person doesn't buy. They've got on a sales call with you and then they're not buying. Or perhaps you're not asking for the sale enough. So you're putting out one post and feeling like you've done your marketing and no one bought. Or while you're being visible, thinking you're being visible enough because you're thinking one post a week is enough. Or perhaps you're not sharing your personal stories. You're not marketing consistently. People are always surprised when they're early on in the business. I say to them, you need about 80% of your time to be on marketing and sales. So often people aren't doing enough and showing up in the right way because they're hiding behind this visibility and imposter syndrome aspect. Are you sharing proudly the results that your clients get or the results that your products get? Sharing in a way that, of course, is going to inspire people. This is another way visibility block can bubble up. Who here has ever bought a group program and then disappeared in it, or hidden from actually taking part, or hidden your results from others in the program because you're afraid of being visible, afraid of being judged, afraid of being rejected? Let me know what resonates there. And you're like, oh, I hadn't thought about that, as that's how my fear around visibility is bubbling up, because how it's showing up in one part of your life is going to be impacting all aspects of your life. And it blocks you from having successful launches. So this could show up as not allowing bigger groups of people in because you're feeling like you don't feel comfortable in bigger groups. So you subconsciously keep your group small. Trying to help other people by giving them a one-to-one service in a group setting, which will be draining, rather than inviting them to come in to have a one-to-one service with you and really holding the boundaries. So instead of answering questions deeply in DMs, if they haven't bought a one-to-one with you, inviting them to go into the group so you can answer the question there. So honoring your boundaries. Your visibility hangovers, they can show up in so many different ways. Perhaps they'll show up where a launch has gone really well and then you collapse. Your nervous system has reached its pinnacle, so you have to collapse after your launch. You disappear for weeks, or you start to hide in the middle of the launch because you're feeling exhausted. The nervous system hasn't expanded for you to be able to have that greater visibility. Or perhaps you're not networking as you know that that's going to give you more visibility. So you start to tell yourself, I hate networking. It's those thoughts in our heads that are bubbled up by the nervous system, and then we believe them. Don't believe your thoughts. Or perhaps you found yourself investing in big programs so you can build big networks with people who've got more established businesses, and then you don't show up to maximize that investment. Or perhaps you're scared of charging old clients new prices, or you're avoiding leading your team. All of this coming from this fear of visibility, this imposter syndrome. Fear of outgrowing your mentor. Fear of being attacked by others. So all these things can show up in so many different ways. And you're probably thinking, oh, what on earth has created this imposter syndrome monster? And of course, it's all our experiences in this lifetime, past lives, what we're picking up from others in the collective consciousness as well. It might not even be yours. Media programming, societal programming, cultural programming, anywhere in childhood. And I'm sure everyone has been told various things from well-meaning parents, from teachers, from people who loved us, but our subconscious made it mean something. Being told you're too much, that's enough. I can remember that one. That's enough, Louisa. Sit down. You're too loud, too big for your boots. You're too much, essentially. Don't speak up unless you're spoken to. Children should be seen and not heard. Did you feel like you were the odd one out in the family? Maybe you witnessed your parents whose behavior was either abusive to each other or to you or to another family member. Witnessing violence within the family, or even being punished for playing too loudly. Having too much fun. You're being loud when you're having too much fun, so you were told to be quiet. Basically told not to have fun. And I really invite you to tune in here to ask yourself, did school feel safe? Did school feel unsafe? Did home feel safe? Or did home feel unsafe? And of course, there may have been times where it felt safe and unsafe. Did you ever get humiliated or laughed at or made to feel stupid? Or feel humiliated after getting something wrong when you asked a question at school? So you learned it was safer to hide than to be noticed and ask the questions. This is deep stuff. So just invite you to think, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much is this blocking your next level of success and wealth in business? This is where we need to do the deep inner healing. Because truly, when you heal your visibility blocks and the imposter syndrome, then you can really embody those self-concepts around being confident, truly having that self-acceptance. This is where you become limitless. This is why it's so key and why we do the deep identity work within the Wealth Portal. Because we have to have that identity of the one who loves to sell, loves to allow more sales in, loves to feel more comfortable with more visibility. And this is all tied in with our nervous system pinnacle. So how this shows up in sales. So if your nervous system response is fawning, so this is where this looks like overgiving. This is due to a fear of abandonment, and our attachment style impacts our relationships, including our relationship with sales. So it can show up as, not feeling that we are enough. That then affects our pricing and then our capacity to receive money. Does that make sense? And the fawning response is overriding our ability to make money and asking for the sale. This is where, for those of you that are like having sales calls that are going on forever and then ending with a no, see where are you fawning. The flip side of this is where the fight response is triggered. And this is where we are afraid to lose the sale. So we become more aggressive and attached to the outcome of the sale. This could show up as jumping straight into the presentation, getting defensive in the response to the customer's questions, or overselling the product. So notice, where do you feel like you're fighting for the sale? And then the flight response, this can look like you're not making enough calls, you're failing to follow up. Who here can say, I honor the follow-up? People love to buy. They want the results that you can help them with. Follow up is a service. Everyone gets busy. We need to follow up. Are you failing to even ask people, would they like to work with you? Would they like your help? You've heard of the saying, oh, I just wing it. I fly by the seat of my pants. It's like some sort of badge of honor. It's actually a default set point of the nervous system. It's feeling normal. It feels energizing. It actually is detrimental to your results, but it feels like, yeah, I've got this. I fly by the seat of my pants. How about freezing, the freeze response? This can be where you literally freeze and not make the invitation to work with you. So you just stop yourself. You don't say it. You're feeling safer in smaller groups as opposed to larger groups. That keeps the group small. Or perhaps you're sticking to your sales script too tightly rather than allowing yourself to have a genuine conversation with someone, heart to heart, and seeing if you can help them. And if you know that you can help them, then you invite them to work with you. And if you know you can't help them, then you refer them to somebody else. Or you give them a couple of pointers and tell them to come back when it's a more aligned time. And the collapsing of our nervous system, this can look like where you're going into hiding after a launch or mid-launch because the nervous system's just reached its capacity. Let me know what resonates for you in the comments. And a big one that really affects our nervous system and creates these internal conflicts that we were talking about earlier this week is shame. And feeling that something is wrong, inadequate, not good enough about you, or shame about where our business is at, or our leadership is at, or the profit within the business, hoping no one finds out that about the contraction in the business or a plateau in the business, just wanting to keep those parts of business a secret. Shame and secrecy goes hand in hand so often. Does that resonate? And often people can think, oh, I don't actually have shame, but you might recognize it more. You might have described it more as feeling low in confidence or a lack of self-belief, a sense of wrongness. It just brings up this worry and anxiety, and that creates more energetic buffering and having that nervous system fight response just activated constantly. So you end up making, more mistakes and losing time to clouded thinking and that sense that the threat level is raised. So you're constantly actually in that fight, flight, and freeze response. It's never complete. And then the energy reversal gets bigger and bigger. And when you have healed your nervous system triggers for you around selling, you can just love selling. And the important thing to know is that if you're overgiving or you're fawning, you're not receiving. You have to allow yourself to receive all of your experiences. Otherwise, you're rejecting yourself, you're castrating yourself. So you want to be able to be selling offers that light you up and doing what you love to do and making more money, which is more aligned. So the biggest gift of being able to heal this nervous system pinnacle, healing any fawning, is that you're able to receive yourself on all levels just for simply who you are. It's deep stuff, this. It really is deep stuff. But this is how you get that true transformation. So you have sustainable longevity in your results, not a woohoo, I've had a breakthrough, and then you just contract that. So shame creates more shame, stress creates more stress, anxiety creates more anxiety, the energy around it gets bigger and bigger. All of this impacts your energy field, creating that buffering, that incoherent signal, rather than that strong, coherent frequency where you are an energetic match to your desires. And the thing is, often, when we're living with an emotion like shame for so long, we just don't know it's there, which is why the energy testing, the muscle testing is so key, so we can drill down, find out what is hidden, what the body's holding on to. So if you want to break through and transform business plateaus, if you want to hold surges of growth in your business and to have them continuing to grow, then we need to uncover and erase wherever there may be some hidden shame that might be blocking you. You might recognize it as, you might have heard yourself, I don't feel good enough, I'm not smart enough, I've got to prove myself. And we're over-analyzing everything. Or feeling like you need to people please And of course, all of this is impacting our sales. That resonate. And it shows up in the strategic dissonance block, where the visibility and imposter syndrome is kicking in. And, we've got access to all the tools to improve our skills. We can start to see our marketing getting watered down because we're not wanting to polarize. We want to be accepted. So we don't want to stand out from the crowd. So we're like, I can help everybody. So we're out of alignment with implementing our strategy. We're creating this dissonance and we're watering down our message because our ideal clients who we're supposed to work with can't find us. They need to be able to identify you. It's a little bit like, I love using the example of Wally and Waldo. We know exactly who we're trying to find when we're looking for Wally or Waldo. Do you remember those books? Where's Wally? We know him by his red and white stripy jumper in those children's books. But if we were looking for Wally and we didn't know he had a red and white stripy jumper, we'd never find him. So we need to be able to be visible and stand out. And the thing is, what worked before at a certain level of business may not work as you're growing to that next level of business. And as markets mature, we're invited to up-level our skills. Continuous evolution is for the good of all. So remembering what got you to 6 figures won't get you to multi-6 figures. What got you to multi-6 figures won't necessarily get you to 7 figures. We need to upgrade our identity, apply new strategies, take a look at our energy field, and to consider what is asking to come through you now. So thinking about your strategies that you're implementing in terms of sales, just inviting you, where do you have dissonance in the strategies that you're using? Are you selling on sales calls, but it's just no longer feeling aligned? Are you using a script on a sales call that just doesn't feel authentically you? Do you feel like an imposter when you're selling? Let me know in the comments. Do you allow yourself to use your intuition on sales calls? This is a key one, particularly for our community, because everybody here is spiritual, is self-aware, is working with energy. So we need to allow ourselves to listen to our intuition when we are offering people and inviting people to come and work with us. Does that make sense? Or are you blocking your intuition? So let us know in the comments. What's feeling more comfortable, selling one-to-one, selling one-to-many? And as you're thinking about sales, where is the energetic block that you recognize is most impacting your sales from what I've shared with you today? So is it the resonance rift? Is it your identity, your nervous system, somatic default set points, energetic buffering, strategic dissonance? Is it all of them? Let's take a pulse check here. I just invite you to think about, okay, so I've identified these areas, and then to think, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, overall, how much is it blocking that next level of success and wealth in your business? Pop in the comments. Is it a 10? Is it a 1? 8, somewhere in the middle? Okay, we've got some numbers coming through. This is awesome. So it's 9, 8. Okay. We're going to do some helixing in a moment so that you get a taster for how we can start to transform this. Remember that transformation is having that ultimate longevity in change, not just a breakthrough. Breakthrough might have a breakthrough and then you can't hold it. You want to hold it. Okay, so this is big stuff. I'm glad this is helpful. I just want to share a little bit about my story. So you can see that this is relevant for all of us. So something I've been working on for myself is group sizes, so I can serve and help more entrepreneurs. And I discovered through helixing how my imposter syndrome and visibility was coming through was because I was feeling safer in smaller groups and in leading smaller groups. And consciously, this makes no sense at all, having led large groups and events of over 400 people, in person, online. all the things, you think it's not a thing. And this is why uncovering what's going on in the subconscious is key, because otherwise we just keep pulling ourselves back to those default set points. And I discovered that there was this duality that had been created from my experience at school, where we had classes of just 12 to 15 people in a class. These sizes felt safe. And I had recreated that within my programs over the years, just telling myself that that was the ideal size. That was a thought in my head, triggered by my nervous system. And consciously, I know this isn't true. There's different ways that you lead different sizes of groups. And so all sizes of groups are hugely valuable when you have them set up correctly. And what I discovered as I helixed it was that root trigger was a fear of having a bigger class size and expecting the mean girls from school to turn up and bully me. And it being more visible. And this was playing out in my business and how I had created our marketing cycle and how our business model evolved. It was through doing the inner work around this, changing my self-concepts. And of course, I continue to do this. I'm more in alignment now with our strategy. We've redesigned our programs so we can increase our marketing, increase my visibility, so we can allow more people to be impacted. I can contribute to more lives and make a bigger impact. And the visibility opportunities that have come my way are phenomenal. They continue to be phenomenal. And the more I do this inner work, of course, I share this so you can see how our consciousness creates our reality at every level of business. And so mastering wealth energetics is key and ongoing practice to be able to continue to evolve and to grow. Oh, awesome. So the story around school classes resonates with me. Does that resonate for anyone else? Did you see some comparisons in terms it might not directly be relevant, but you're thinking, actually, this has reminded me of a situation in my life? Reluctant to be more visible due to all the darkness you've experienced. Yeah. Anyone else resonate? What came up for you as I shared that? We're going to start to find out what's going on for you, where your energetic blocks are, how they're bubbling up. They're keeping things the same, where the subconscious is masterfully delivering with 100% success rate on its programming, and where you want to make some tweaks to become an energetic match, to bend reality to your intention. So we're going to be doing some helixing. Who's up for doing some helixing? And what we'll do is we'll activate and create a clear pathway between our different levels of consciousness, our higher self, our conscious mind, our subconscious. And then going to use the energy kinesiology or muscle testing to find out where your block is. So we use the sway technique, as it really helps you to connect with your body. You feel the somatic and the energetic responses from your subconscious as you do this way. And then when we've discovered where the block is, we're going to release it, transmute the energy around it, get rid of the resistance, the reversed energy, and then we're going to bring you into coherence with our imprinting. And then we'll wrap it all up once we've raised your frequency by living in the energy of the question, which is essentially asking your higher self the question, the one that's already embodied your identity. So we're starting to use our higher self for manifesting and really truly co-creating with our higher self and seeing what inspired ideas come our way. That sound good? Alrighty, okay, so let's do this. So I'm going to just guide you through our higher self invocations. So you have this in your workbook. And as I said, as we're doing the muscle testing today, what we're muscle testing on is on the slides. So you can take a screenshot of the slides for your notes. And you've got the framework in the workbook, the overarching framework in the workbook. Alrighty, okay, so just invite you now, just sit nice and comfortably, to close your eyes, and to create an intention of connection through your breath. And I'm going to invite you to increase your life force energy through your breath. You'll be breathing in for 4, holding for 4, breathing out for 8. So I'm just going to invite you just to do that 3 times at your own pace. And as you do so, bring your awareness just to above your head, to your soul star chakra, your gateway to your Akashic Records. You're breathing in for 4, holding for 4, and breathing out for 8 at your own pace. 3 times. And then speaking to all levels of your consciousness, you can say this out loud or internally. I intend in the name of divine truth, love and light. Let all information come from my higher self and be in alignment with my divine truth for my highest good and the highest good of all. I am creating a clear channel of communication and manifestation between my subconscious, conscious, and higher self. So we are 100% connected and in perfect alignment, and all working towards my highest path and purpose. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh. And then from this space, we're going to move into the muscle test. You've got your layers of consciousness aligned. So I'm going to invite you now to stand up with your feet hip width apart. Relax your knees. And you're going to be energy testing. And I'll give you the phrases in a second. And when you say the phrase, I invite you to say the phrase out loud. Close your eyes. Just notice if your body goes forwards for a yes and backwards for a no. If for whatever reason this is your first time doing muscle testing, you haven't yet caught up on days 1 and 2, then just to create that baseline response, you just instruct your subconscious saying go forwards for a yes, go backwards for a no. And you can also say yes, 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 to get the yes coming through. No, 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 to get the yes, to get the no coming through for you to go backwards. And as I give you the phrases that you're going to be testing, I invite you to notice your body, because you will have a somatic response. Your subconscious is going to start speaking to you. So just notice your energy. Notice if you feel any different, if you feel some resistance in your body, or perhaps an image comes through into your mind's eye. Okay, so, and then I invite you to make a note of whether you get a yes or a no. And let us know in the comments. Make a note on your notepad. So I want you to say out loud, as you're muscle testing, I want more sales. Let's see if you get a yes or a no. I want to have more clients. Get a yes or a no. Do you notice any sensations? Are you getting hot, cold, heavy, pressure anywhere? Do you get a straightforward yes? Do you get a straightforward no? Do you go round and round in circles? If you go round and round in circles, that's likely to be an energy reversal. And then to test, I have got an energy reversal to being more visible. Do you get a yes? Do you get a no? How does it feel in your body? People will judge me. I am an imposter. As you say that one out loud, do you get a yes? Do you get a no? Is it a stronger yes or a softer no? A stronger no? What sensations are you having in your body? Just allow yourself to notice what you notice. I have shame about my business. Do you get a yes? Do you get a no? Is it a strong yes? Is it a strong no? any heat coming through, any coldness. Are you going around in circles? Okay, this is also, we're seeing what blocks you're starting to find here. Of course, this is very high level. This is just a taster experience for you. Let's start to find out what's going on. I'm going to start to clear it. Okay, so we've got some energy reversals around being more visible. Okay, so you've got a no to I want more sales and a no, I want to have more clients. This is where this can come in because our nervous system is at capacity and there'll be different layers being triggered underneath this around identity, default set points, nervous system capacity. So let's start to clear this at that high level. So how we're going to do that is we're going to use our conscious decoding. So you're going to be breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4, and then you're going to be releasing this. And what I like to do is to say it out loud once and then twice internally, and really allow yourself, and if you can stay standing for this, you'll notice how your body's responding as you're doing the releasing. So it really helps you to connect in with the energy of this as this goes. If you need to sit down, that's absolutely fine. Just see if you can sit on the edge of your seat so you can really allow the top half of your body to respond and give you that energetic response as you're doing this. And just to remind you, as you're releasing beliefs, you hold CV17. And if you're releasing energy reversals, you're going to be doing the karate chop. Now, I have it laid out for you on this slide here, so I'm going to show you here. So the phrase is, I'm ready to release. And if you don't want more sales, I know some of you saying, your body was saying, I don't want more sales. I'm going to invite you to say the phrase in this way, which consciously makes no sense, but your subconscious knows what's going on. This is because often when we use don't or won't, the subconscious doesn't actually hear it. And so this is a way to make sure your subconscious hears it because it understands no. So if you got, I don't want more sales effectively, the phrase we're going to use is, because this is what you got with the muscle testing, was I want more sales, no. So it will be, I'm ready to release, I want more sales, no. I release, transmute, uncreate, and delete this from all dimensions, planes, times, and levels of consciousness. Does that make sense? And as you're doing that, holding CV17. If you got, I want to have more clients, no, you're going to hold CV17. If you have an energy reversal to be more visible, you're going to do the karate chop as you're doing the releasing statement. You're going to say it out loud once and twice internally. Does that make sense? So I'm going to lead you through the first one. We'll do that together and then create some space so you can follow along and do the other one. Looks like people have got sort of 2 or 3 that they've discovered. And then we're going to go into doing the alignment. Alrighty, so just taking a nice deep breath. I'll guide you through. If you haven't got the one that I'm doing as an example, just swap out the language for the one that you've got. Okay. So breathing in for 4. Breathing out for 4. Bringing your heart into coherence in this. I'm ready to release. I want more sales, no. Holding CV17. I release, transmute, uncreate, and delete this in all dimensions, planes, times, and levels of consciousness. Just taking a nice deep breath in and out. Now silently saying this, still holding CV17. You can see me on the screen where I'm holding it. I'm ready to release. I want more sales now. I release, transmute, and create. Delete this from all dimensions, planes, times, and levels of consciousness. Just notice how your energy is responding. Feeling movement happening. One more time, silently in your head. I'm saying it out loud so you can follow along. I'm ready to release. I want more sales now. I release, transmute, and create, and delete this in all dimensions, planes, times, and levels of consciousness. Just taking a nice deep breath in and out. and observing how you feel now. So this isn't about trying to do it really, really quickly. This is around like, okay, so I've just been really intentional and commanded by energy to let that resistance go, that belief that you don't want more sales, that thought that you don't want more sales, triggered by nervous system, self-concepts, or default settings. Okay, so now inviting you to move on and to do one more. If you're on the replay, of course, you can press pause to complete the ones that you're working on. So just create some space, give you a couple of minutes. Okay, awesome. This is fantastic. Share with us what's going on energetically as you're letting these go. Seeing these comments is fantastic. I'll just give you another minute just to work on another one. And then we'll move into the aligning. If you have more to work on before we get to the aligning, please don't worry. Just make a note of it. You can come back afterwards and redo this. Right. Discovering lots of things. Oof. How are you feeling? What's cycling? Yeah, it looks like there's one or two people have got. Okay. Fantastic. Yes. Yeah, it will be. Showing you lots of congestion there. And in the CV17 point, may not be tender when you're working on an area that you haven't got quite so much congestion. So it's so interesting how the body responds depending on what you are focused on. Feeling a sense of relief, yawning, feeling a lot lighter. Okay, awesome. Alrighty, so let's keep moving. We're going to move into the next phase where we're going to be creating that aligned coherence. And if there's another one that you needed to work on, just make a note of it. We can revisit this. Alrighty, so we're going to build on what we did yesterday. So for creating this aligned coherence, I shall put the music on. We're going to do getting your heart into coherence by breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4, filling up your heart up with love. And then 1 minute of inner rewiring for each of these. So this is just thinking it as a thought inside of your mind, repeating it over and over. And I'll guide you saying, right, we're going to move on to the next one after you've done a minute. So I'm safe to have more sales. And that, repeating that for a minute. I'm enjoying having more sales, repeating that for a minute. I'm expanding my capacity to be seen more, repeating that for a minute. I love and accept myself for being me, repeating that for a minute. I am in a sales soar. I am in a sales soar. I am in a sales soar. And if that feels like, but your brain's going, no, I'm not, just change it for I'm creating a sales soar. I'm creating a sales soar. And then after you've done that, you're going to have 2 minutes of in your mind's eye, this visualizing, seeing in your mind's eye, the client stepping forward saying, yes, I want to work with you. Yes, Tessa, I want to work with you. Yes, Diane, I want to work with you. Yes, Julie, I want to work with you. Yes, Chris, I want to work with you. Yes, I know this is the best investment I can make in myself. Yes, I want to buy your products, Julie. Yes, Carol, I want to work with you. Yes, Lillian, I want to work with you. And if you find it difficult to see people in your mind's eye or to hear conversations, just for this, repeat yes, 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 yes. You're activating yes in your field. But I'll remind you as we get to that bit. All righty. Fantastic. Okay, so let's get some music on, and I'm going to invite you to now start breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4, starting to fill your heart up with more and more love. Feel your heart chakra getting bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter, bigger and brighter. And now in your mind's eye, just to silently repeat, I'm safe to have more sales. I'm safe to have more sales for 1 minute. And now moving on to the second one. I am enjoying having more sales. I am enjoying having more sales. Time to move on to the third one. I'm expanding my capacity to be seen more. I am expanding my capacity to be seen more. Moving on to I love and accept myself for being me. I love and accept myself for being me. moving on to the final one here. I am in a sales soar. I am in a sales soar. Now moving on to seeing in your mind's eye, visualization of your ideal client stepping forward and saying yes to themselves. Yes, I'm in. I want to work with you. I want the results that you can contribute for me to create. Yes, I want that product. And if it's hard to visualize, then just keep repeating yes, 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 yes. Imagining you're hearing people saying yes, 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 yes to you. And from this place, I invite you now to live in the energy of the question, opening up this energetic frequency of money channels. Elevated your frequency, asking, how do large sums of money come to me easily, effortlessly, and exponentially? How do large sums of money come to me easily, effortlessly, and exponentially? Just allow yourself to live with that question, just being in that question. Not trying to consciously answer it, just notice the ideas, sensations that you have. What comes to you? What is asking to come through you? Make a note of the ideas and the ideas that are coming to you now that you must make a note of to take action on. And you reach out to 5 people and ask them how you can help them. You ask them how they are, what's new in their world. Have a conversation with them. It may transpire through the conversation that they're working on something that you can help them with. Please do drink lots of water after this. Lots of energy moving, integrating. I'd love to know, how are you feeling? Let me know in the chat. I've covered a lot today. Feeling great. Yes, fantastic. Who's feeling more confident? Feeling lighter, that you've let things go. Honor the feelings that are coming through, that are coming up. For healing, releasing. We're going to build on all that we have done today. Feeling good, but feeling sad. Something shifted. Okay, awesome. Integrating, processing. We have covered a lot. So we've covered the energetic blocks from the sales, started to understand how these might be showing up for you and in your business. And just invite you to notice, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling? How aligned and expansive are you feeling now that we've started to shift this? Being surprised by how much it's blocked you. Yeah, this is going to have a massive impact on your life. So I'm really excited for you guys. Tomorrow you're going to discover what's been creating energetic leaps in your ability to hold money, so you can both have more clients, serve more clients, and hold more money. This is a key one to being able to create big leaps in your business. We'll be helixing again together tomorrow, giving you a taster experience so you can start to increase your capacity to hold more money. And I'm very excited. I'll be sharing a special invitation for you with how we can continue to go deeper together in the Wealth Portal. Let me know if you're going to be joining me live tomorrow. If you're on the replay, let me know in the chat. And would love to invite you to complete our survey. So Moses put survey link in the chat for you. The link to the survey is also on the replay page. When you complete the survey, your name also goes into a draw, so you can win a one-to-one with me. All the recordings are uploaded onto our replay page. If you need a replay, let us know in the chat. We'll give you the replay page link there as well. And remember to book your energetic alignment audit with me. These are for leaders, CEOs, and coaches who are growing to 6 figures. You're maybe at multi-6 figures, 7 figures. We're going to find out what has been your most pressing block so that we can focus on that. My diary is getting booked up, so you'll want to get that in now. Can't wait to support you with that, to speak with you. And if you're requesting the replay page, then just request it in the Facebook group and we'll DM it to you, or Moses can pop it in the chat for you now. And we will be back tomorrow to dive in and talk about and unblocking the blocks around holding money. And we'll leave the Zoom room open for you for a moment whilst you're grabbing the links from Moses. Whilst we're doing that, we'll hear some stories from our clients. I've got two videos for you where you can listen to hear what they have to say, and we'll be back tomorrow for how to hold more money. I'll see you then. Sending you lots and lots of love.
Hi, everyone. My name is Star Thomas Wise. I am a sacred wisdom coach, and I am also a Helix method mentor. And I'm just taking a few minutes, a minute, to actually speak a little bit about the Helix method. I've been in the healing industry for 50 years, and I've done all kinds of things throughout those 50 years. And I want to say this to you. Nothing has shifted my personal life or the life of my clients faster than working with the amazing set of skills and tools that come with the Helix method. So if you're looking for something to explore that's going to enhance your practice as well as your personal life and give you a heads up like nothing you've ever seen, my strong recommendation is that you check out the Helix method. I hope you have a lovely day. Thank you.
So I've been struggling with money for a long time. And this is the piece that I hadn't worked on, is the energetics. There's a lot of mindset stuff I've done with it, and a lot of sort of self-analyzation and free stuff. And I've been in a couple of money programs, but they're all cerebral. So, I need to get out of the head and come into my heart, as well as the energetics. And the more and more I'm doing the energy work, I know the value of it and how important it is and how powerful and potent it is. So it's subconscious stuff we're not even aware of. And it really helps release a lot of that.
My relationship with wealth and money was so important in the progression of my business, because if I didn't change that, my business was never going to grow. It would reach a level and it would be okay, but it actually wouldn't give me what I really wanted, which is freedom. Freedom is like the massivest thing for me, having the freedom to choose what I want, when I want it, and how I want my life to be. What I love as well is because I know everything you teach inside that program you use, and it because it's working with energy, but it's also, I love the way you coach through it as well. So you bring in all of your, yes, we have the energy techniques, but you bring in your coaching skills. You bring in your ability to laser in on what's really going on.
After a little bit, I took the aligned money, the masterclass. And with those 5 days already, out of a sudden, I had money coming in. And it was like, whoa, okay. And like, honestly, when I started, I'm like, I've got scientific background, and I was like, yeah, no, sure, whatever. This is, this is a little bit woohoo. But I decided to just do it, do the 5 days. And honestly, I just became aware of like so much money that I had, and new money was coming in. And so I decided to do to join the Wealth Portal.
From doing the Wealth Portal, that's completely changed. That fear of poverty, that fear of lack is no longer there. I trust. And by doing the activations, by following your framework, I know at any time I can shift into another gear. And if I want to go out and right, I'm you know, I'm selling this. I know I can do it because I follow your framework. I follow your guidance. So yeah, Wealth Portal, love it. It's just the most incredible container.
Well, I tripled my income. It was so exciting. Trust the process and release whatever's there. And I've realized I don't have to know the how or the why. It happened. And then I was attracting energy clients to me out of the blue, and it was like, okay, not sure what's going on, and but I'm so grateful. So it was so exciting. And then the second month in it, I doubled the income, and it's just been great.
It's inspired of what you've created.
It's really been so helpful to have like this whole program to dig and to get your advice and to see what others are coming up with. I mean, that was a big thing for me in the program as well.
Jump in the programs. They work.